Y'all see what this is? Let me make it a little closer. Y'all see that? What is that? That is $10,000. It is about to be July. We have literally, what? Not even two, yeah, one more day. Today's the 29th. It is Sunday the 29th, right? And hello, you definitely want to put yourself in position to be able to earn that kind of money. Before I get into how you can earn that and put yourself in position to get it, I want to tell you something. So this past Wednesday evening to be exact, when I got done working, my children and I wanted to go to the beach. So we were like, all right, let's go to the beach. It's roughly about, no, it wasn't. It was like 5 something when we got ready to go. So we're making a plan to go to the beach. Everybody got their swim trunks, bathing suits, blanket, umbrella, everything, right? Because it's super hot. And we just needed a break. We needed to hit a reset button. It's the middle of the week and we wanted to do that. So we're like, well, we're hungry, so let's go get some food. We decided we wanted to go get some pizza. So my son, we went to Little Caesars. And my son had $20 and he went in and we were like, okay, let's get a hot and ready pizza, at least Little Caesars, right? So we go there and then he texts back to our group chat and he's like, oh, it's gonna be 5 minutes. So my youngest daughter and I were sitting in the car just waiting. We're like, no problem, 5 minutes, that's nothing. So he comes out with the pizza. Now we're heading to the gas station because we're far west and heading to the beach is east. So we stop at the gas station, get some gas, and then while they're there, they're like, man, let's get some slushies. It's hot or icy, whatever you want to call it. So we got some of those too. Now we're making our way to the beach and my son's like, man, we need some snacks. So we stop at the dollar store and I think it was like Dollar Tree. We stopped at the Dollar Tree and we say, okay, we're gonna get some snacks. Everybody gets whatever they're wanting. And we go up to the register and now, we're checking out. We got chips, we got cookies, whatever we're wanting. So we get up to the register and they said it's like $7 and change. So my son takes out 2 5s and he pays for the snacks. So we've checked out, gave us our receipt, change, and we're now walking out, making our way back to the car. So we're midway in the street making our way back to the car. The lady who just checked us out, she comes to the door. Mister. She's Hispanic, so she speaks Spanish. And so she's like, Mimi, come. So I look at him, I say, what you forgot? So we walk back in the store and homegirl puts the money back on the counter. So we like, what's going on? She takes the 2 5s and laid them out on the counter. After she lays them out on the counter, she take out a machine. So we like, well, what's going on here? So in essence, she is saying to us that the money is counterfeit. I was like, I know you lying. And so we're looking baffled because we know that my son we went to Little Caesars. He paid with a 20 and he got back, change, I don't know, from wherever, right? Change from there. And he went to the gas station, got more change, so on and so forth. So fast forward, she put up the machine up there. She puts in one of the 5s and it's fine. She puts in the other 5 and that thing lights up like a Christmas tree. We're like, oh my gosh. And so now we looking crazy because there are other people in the line that she has yet to check out since she done ran to the door to come and get us to come back into the store. These people are waiting. They are getting impatient and they looking like, look at y'all trying to buy snacks with counterfeit. No, not today, I don't believe. So luckily, one of the ladies, not the one who was right in front waiting to be served, but the one right behind her, she says, yeah, it happened to my mama. She went and cashed her whole paycheck and they gave her all hundreds and every last one of them were counterfeit. She's like, dang, they out here counterfeiting 5s now? And so we're like, yeah. And so I'm telling the lady, I said, ma'am, we just got this back as change. So we came in here to spend money that we thought was real. So I'm gonna need to get that back. In fact, can you put that back in there and let me take a picture of that? So I asked her to put the real one back in, showing that it didn't light up, and then put the fake one back in, showing that thing lit up like whatever else. And in fact, when we now have to pay with more money, because the money that we gave her, according to her, was not real, it was a counterfeit. My son took out some single dollars. I think he had 4 single dollars or whatever. And we were like, man, run them through the machine too. We want to know, are those real? Because whoever gave us this money it's not real. And we need to be made whole. We got to figure this out because y'all got us embarrassed. Y'all got us looking crazy because you gave us something that was not real. We came in here with what we thought was real, right? We came in here with what we thought was real. Now, so we paid her with the single dollar. She ran the singles. The singles were fine. We paid with that, and then we were able to walk out. But again, do y'all understand what that looked like? You come running out the door to come get us, and we thinking, oh, did we forget something? No, ma'am, you paid me with a counterfeit 5. How are we to know that? And so here now, we are so ready to go to the beach because from the time we started, this whole journey from getting the pizza, going to the gas station, getting gas, getting ices, coming to the dollar store, about 40 minutes has passed. So I could have decided, man, we halfway to the beach. We can just keep on going. But something said, no, you need to turn around and head back to the place that gave you the counterfeit. So I'm told the lady, I said, yeah, we just paid for gas and da-da-da. And then my son told me, Mom, it wasn't the gas station. I got those 2 5s from the pizza place. So now you're talking about starting from scratch, going all the way back to the original place where it all started, where you had something real. I had my real 20, well, not me, my son. He had his real 20. Now we had to go back to the original place where this all started. So we done drove all the way back down 15 minutes back the other way. And so I parked right in front of the establishment. Ain't even no park. I just pulled up. I didn't get in no parking space. I parked right there. And I said, well, I'm going in with him. I don't want no smoke. And I know they don't want none. So I'm going in. So I walk in. I got the money. So I walk in and I said, they were in the back. And so whomever came up front, and I looked at, it was a young, white lady, Caucasian, sorry, Snow Bunny, whatever you want to call her. Anyway, so she walks to the front and she's like, hi, yeah, can I help you? I say, yes, hi. Do you remember this young man? And I'm pointing to my son. She's like, yeah, Kai. I'm like, oh, homegirl even know his name. So, of course, my son's handsome and he left an indelible impression upon her. Anyway, she's like, yeah, Kai. So I said, yeah. I said, well, he came in here and he paid you with a 20 and you gave him back change. And the change that you gave him included this 5. This 5 is a counterfeit. We just came from the dollar store being embarrassed because we tried to utilize the change that you gave us, and this one is not real. So she takes it from us and she's like, oh, okay. She goes, bends down to her little drawer, whatever, and gets her little pen, the pen that you mark to find out if something is or is not real. So she marks it and it's yellow. I guess the color it's supposed to be if it is real. So she takes out another 5 out of that same drawer or safe or wherever she went, and she put the same marker through it. Even with her method, it still, to the natural eye, looked to her that it was real. Let me repeat that. Even to the natural eye, her method, though antiquated in comparison to the method that the Dollar Tree is using, was looking to her as though it was real. She's like, oh, well, it's showing up as this. And I'm like, I understand what it's showing up to you as, but we just came from somewhere that has a machine that's putting it under a UV light, and that thing lit up like a Christmas tree. It's not real. She was like, okay, well, I'm just the manager. I'm gonna have to call the owner. I'm gonna have to reach out to the owner. I'm gonna send him a text message because it's his money. And I said, and it's our money too. Don't get me hot at here, because I'm like, $5 is still $5. When we left here, we had 20. But coming back, we got 15. So who gonna give us our $5? Hello? The $5 I gonna get today is what I'm saying in my head. Anyway, yeah, that's me. That's that mama coming out. So she's there texting her owner, the owner of Little Caesars, telling him what has occurred. And we're waiting. She's like, oh, do you mind if I serve the other people in the meantime? No problem, sis. Do what you got to do, because this need to be rectified. So it's taking a little longer in my mind's eye to be rectified based on her having text and texting back and forth and serving the customers. And I said, do you need me to send you the text message of the picture that I have showing you so you can show him? She's like, no, I'm just waiting for him to respond and whatever. I said, because big Little Caesar don't need the $5 more than we who need the $5 to do what we have to do. Okay? So then shortly thereafter, she's like, oh, he said just to go ahead and give it to you. So she goes down in the drawer and gets the $5. The real $5. I made sure she took the one that I had. Not that one, sis. You can keep that one. Give me back a new one. So we were able to get back a new, real $5 bill. Here's the danger. Because I know my son was like, Ma, let's just go. Here's the danger in just going on to the beach and not turning around. The longer we would have taken to go back to the original destination where we had something that was real, the higher the probability would have been that they would have forgotten who we were. Let that sink in. Let me repeat it. The longer it would have taken for us to go back to the original place where we had the real money, the higher the probability would have been of them forgetting who we were. So I wasn't going to take a chance on that. There are many counterfeits, people. There can be counterfeit in money. You got counterfeit purses, counterfeit shoes, and counterfeit people. The biggest counterfeit of them all is the one who wants to be God. And we all know him as the adversary, the enemy. He's the biggest counterfeit that there is. He wants to be God so bad and can't be. So he will send a strong delusion and send you a counterfeit. Be wise, be careful, because what you see, everything that glitters is not gold. It's not always green. The grass is not always green on the other side. I got on here about to tell y'all how to get y'all 10,000. But this ain't even real. Baby, it's counterfeit. On the face, it look like it's real. You got one that's real, maybe two, but all the rest of them just as fake. Don't lose the real running behind a counterfeit. Don't lose your real running behind a counterfeit. Joel 2:25 says he will restore everything that the locust has stolen. That's what he says. He made us whole. We were able to go back to where it all started to be made whole once again. And I want to tell you, let me see. I'm going to just look at here and see if there was anything else I want to tell y'all. It's not. God dropped that in my spirit. It was so amazing because I got up about 5-something this morning, not knowing that God was going to use something that happened midweek for me to be able to pour and share on somebody else who needed to hear that. The way you get this real 10,000 is seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Put him first in all that you do, and he will restore, he will reward, he will give you all the desires of your heart. Keep trusting him, okay? Counterfeits are real. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, a play on words, but it's true. Counterfeits do exist. Don't be fooled by the counterfeit. Always go back to what's real. Love y'all.